Today we're going to be talking about why you really don't need to buy the 24-inch iMac with M1. Okay, so I did a buyer's guide video not too long ago about all the things that were released in Apple's Spring Forward event, but I just want to make one last argument, guys, because I really don't understand how some people are able to do this. You can actually get the same or better for $1,000 or less, so I'm going to actually show you in this video what your options are and make my best argument for why you should go with that instead. Before we get started, be sure to hit the sub button and click the bell so you don't miss as we cover your favorite tech and video games. I'm Chris Grant Jr. It's the Granite Geek Show. So benchmarks for the M1 24-inch iMac just released. And it's exactly what we thought it would be. And let me preface this because I did just make a video going gaga about the iPad Pro M1 numbers, which were the same, actually a little bit worse, but that is a tablet. And if you want a desktop with M1, people, look no further than the M1 Mac Mini. You can go on Apple right now and get the base model, which is $256, the same as the iMac, for $699. The equivalent iMac starts at $1299. That's a $500 difference. And of course, that comes with a 24-inch 4K display. But check this out. You can go on Amazon right now, check out how many 4K displays greater than 24 inches with great color accuracy, 27, 32 inches, 28 inches from great reputable brands like LG are selling these much cheaper, so you're still coming in at under $1,000. So you might say next, well, Chris, I need peripherals. What about my keyboard, my mouse, my webcam? Listen, most people, first of all, have a keyboard and mouse lying around, but even if you don't, and you want to do something new, you can spend $300 on a 4K display like I showed you, and still have $200 left for a keyboard and mouse. You can actually pick up from Apple's website a Magic Mouse 2 and an Apple Magic Keyboard for $180, still coming in under the base model of the iMac. Now, you might be saying, oh yeah, well, but the keyboard that comes with the new iMac has Touch ID, right? No, it actually doesn't come with the base model. They give you a non-Touch ID version of the new keyboard. You have to spend more to get that keyboard with Touch ID, and you can't actually buy it separately as of right now on their site. So those are your options, and you may be saying, yeah, but it's more convenient to go with an all-in-one like the iMac, and while that is true, I'm going to give you that point, here are some reasons that should incentivize you to really consider the other option. It comes down really to two things, that's damage and swappability. With an all-in-one, if you damage your display, you've damaged your computer and vice versa, and they are going to charge you a pretty penny to replace these iMacs. And of course with swappability, if you ever want to upgrade, say you don't want a 24-inch, maybe you want a 27 or a 32-inch or even something smaller than the 24-inch, you can't do that without selling your entire computer. And lastly, I want to talk about I/O because this is something that's just plain out ignored with a lot of folks. The new iMac comes with 2 Thunderbolt USB-C ports. That's it. You get a headphone jack too, but we're not even counting that. The Mac Mini comes with, of course, the headphone jack, 2 USB-Cs plus 2 USB-As and an HDMI port. This is in addition to an Ethernet port, which you can now upgrade to 10 gigabit Ethernet. All of these things, almost all of them, are missing on the iMac. So you get more versatility, you get the same amount of power, you get upgradability, swappability, repairability, all these abilities that you just don't get with the 24-inch iMac. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. These are the reasons why you seriously should consider going with the M1 iMac as opposed to the 24-inch iMac. And hopefully this video is helpful. And when you're making that purchasing decision, you can do it knowing full well what you're getting into. With that being said, the M1 is still a beast, even in the 24-inch iMac, and it really starts to beg the question, just how powerful can the M1 be? A lot of the time it's been constrained to different chassis. We saw the best benchmarks from the Mac Mini, but now with the arguably better cooling system inside of the iMac, we could possibly see even higher numbers than that. So you're just wondering at this point, how powerful actually is it? So let me know down below, were you happy with or disappointed by these new M1 benchmarks from the iMac? I mentioned that it arguably has a better cooling system, so were you expecting better numbers? Be sure to hit the subscribe button, guys, so we can grow this community. Hit the like button if you like the video, and click the bell so you don't miss as I cover your favorite tech and video games. I'm Chris Grant Jr. It's the Granite Geek Show.